Good evening. I'm with you guys tonight. I'm going to do a most memorable 2018 whiskeys for the Whiskey Scout. And Richie Z asked about this, if I could talk about it. And at the time, he asked me a few days ago, and I hadn't made up my mind yet. I had it narrowed down to 2 bottles, which scored the highest for this year in Scotches wise, and the 1 bottle that scored pretty much highest for the bourbon wise. And it's always not to say that that's the best whiskeys I may have had for this year, because Lord knows I had a lot of good ones at Barton Scott's 5th anniversary thing. But the best ones I reviewed, that's where that comes in at. And so, I mean, there's a lot of people this year that have met and I've enjoyed their company. Mark, Whiskey and Snacks, Lana Lou, Wes Jolly, Eric Waite, Mark, and Drew from Scotch 4 Dummies, and I look forward to meeting the other 2. That's high on my agenda before too much longer. I really want to go meet them. The list is endless. Jason Coates up in Manhattan, Kansas. There's just a lot of good guys that I've met that I've really liked and have really developed relationships with. And it's relationships in whiskey. I mean, Trinity and C, you guys are funny. You guys keep me entertained. I enjoy yours. Swami, it was wonderful, wonderful meeting you in Oklahoma City and having a dram with you. And your influence was able to. I went and bought the old San Teresa 1796 just because of you. I didn't get it that day, but I went back and got it, Swami. And it's pretty good rum. I'm not a big rum guy, but that's pretty good rum. You know, I'm sorry, I've been ill. My father went in the hospital the day before Christmas. He got out 3 days later, and then I got sick, and then I'm better now, a lot better than I was. But so a lot of things. I've still got 2 outdoor reviews in the queue, and you people and you viewers seem to like them, and that's a good thing. And I enjoy doing outdoor reviews. Those are my favorite. I honestly like being outside, and those are my favorite. I like going to see an old place I haven't seen in a while. I like to see new places. I like bridges. I like especially arch bridges and iron bridges. Those are things that are disappearing that I've always found fascinating. You know, when I was studying for engineering originally, before I changed to geology, that was structures and bridges. I really liked bridges, and I really liked rocket design. Those 2 things really, I enjoyed that. Outside of that, though, I mean, just, you know, got a lot of stuff to do this year. I've got some Highlands. I've got some more Highlands to try. The Tomato, I really look forward to getting to with you guys. It's a very good, it's not a complex Highland, but it's a very good Highland. It's the 14 was the 46%. The others were 43 and 40. You'll have to excuse me. My nose is really starting to agitate. I want to do a couple of ports. I bought 3 bottles of actual port. I've drank 2 of them. One that was aged in the bottle, one that was aged in wood, just to get a flavor profile of the 2. What I'm kind of looking for before I even dive in. I haven't dived into that one yet. I have the Spatini. I've got 2 little 100 mils of the Quinta Rubin, and if it really like it, then I'll go buy the 750 to throw in with that mix. Those are the most common port bottles that you see around here. I still got a 3rd bottle of port down there. A War 10-year-old, I think it's aged in wood too. I need to readdress some older bottles, even though it's still available on a lot of the shelves around here. I don't know about the rest of the country. I still need to readdress the Lost Point, because I got some things that should have been included in that video that weren't. And it has developed into a better whiskey than what it was. Same way with the peated cask, because it's gotten down toward the bottom. It actually has improved with oxidation over the last year. It's really, I hadn't tried any for probably 4 or 5 months, and here the other day, a couple weeks ago, I poured me some. I really, really liked it. It really, really hit the spot. I get that Highland Park 18 done. I got Highland Park 15 as well. They're both the older bottlings. And I ain't opened the 15 yet. The 18 was one that had been on its side at one point for a while, but the cork remained intact. After I'd opened it, had a few drams, the cork did separate from the wood topper, but a little hot glue fixed it just fine. Cork's intact, just a little residue on the edge of the bottle where it leaked out, and it lost probably top of 1 inch from right here right here where the neck meets the body. It's where the fill level wasn't quite up on the neck like it is on that one there. So it probably lost a dram or two off the top, who knows. But it's no off taste in it, no nothing like that. It's just such a subtle, very subtle. It's you know, whereas either one of these two, they transition so well over your tongue as you're drinking them and you go from one to the other. This one tends to transition by the sip. Each sip seems to be a little different. I'll cover it more when we get into the review on it. But it makes it unique in that aspect. Got a Baker's finally. I don't know why it took so long to buy one, but I finally bought a Baker's. I got it at the old price, around 38 bucks in Southeast Kansas. And same place I got the Glenfarclas 10. That's the only second bottle of 10 I've ever seen in Kansas. I got it at the same place. I think it was around a little over 40 bucks for it. The other one I seen was a window fade. Had been in the window too long and I wouldn't purchase it. Yeah, I got several other to try and go through, and we're going to get to them and maybe try to get a few more ryes in, some good, some not so good. Well, let's get started with my most memorable bourbon of the year. And that is Wild Turkey's Kentucky Spirit Single Barrel. And it's the Brooks liquor store. And if you ever go through Salina, Kansas on I-70, maybe you're going skiing to Colorado or something, you're taking 70 and you're going through Salina, it's definitely worth the stop in town and run down to the liquor store and pick up a bottle of it. It's really pretty good. It's my first bottle I've ever had of that I'm aware of. I had the old donut bottle years and years ago, and I don't remember what it tastes like, so I'm not even going to expound into that. But I've been sipping on Wild Turkey in one form or another since 1986, mostly 101, but you know, I've been buying rare breeds lately. But anyway, that'd be my best bourbon. My second best shine will be, I think, the Weller caught me off guard. The Weller 107, because I'd had it when I was younger, and to tell you the honest to goodness truth, it wasn't memorable. But I've sat down and I've had it in comparison direct with the 12 here, and they're both at the same spot in the bottle now. And this is much better to me than the 12. And that's just when I could still get the 12. This was a $36 bottle. This was $24.99. But you can't get these bottles for that anymore. Last time I checked the place I bought this, that was $24.99. They're up to a little over $30 now, if I'm remembering correctly. And anyway, now I'll get to a comparison and do that 12 on that. That's on my list of things to do. I got a 1792 barrel pick and an old Buffalo Trace store pick, and I got several other things I need to get to. I got a lot of bourbons and a lot of scotches to get to. For my whiskeys of the year, my overall whiskey of the year is going to be the Ben Romick Imperial Strength, 57% alcohol by volume, 10-year-old. The flavors and the intensity of this just is literally overwhelming the palate, and you can add water to it and it just keeps coming at you. It's just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful dram. And right now I've got the Kalila 18 in the glass, and it's nice too. It's, you know, it's no peat in it, but there's probably a faint bit of smoke in it you can still get, but the vanillas and the fruitiness and the little strawberry in it, and it brings so much little saltiness to it. It brings so much to the plate. And you know, this is one of those ones I gave a 91 to, and I really think it should be scored higher than that. It's better than a 91 to me now, especially with time. I got it in the glass, and in deference to the whiskey couch, Gustav and his wife, I've got a little bit of chocolate cheesecake with Oreo crust. and it should counterpoint with the salty vanilla and the little bit of strawberry note you get with that Caol Ila rather well. So we'll see. I've already tried it, by the way, it works. That dense level of chocolate counterpoints with that Caol Ila 18 very well. Very, very well. Anyway, I want everyone to have a great 2019 we got going ahead of us, everyone. Make the most of it, enjoy it. I'm going to continue to do this. I'm still having fun with it, and that's the key. As long as I keep having fun, I'm going to continue. I'm just going to do what I can and keep the comments coming. You know, you guys give me comments sometimes, and there's some things I can change, some things I can't affect change on, and it's just due to budget limitations on cameras, so on and so forth. Yeah, I would like to get better lighting, but that costs more money. Gosh, man. Everyone have a good evening. Remember, the spirit in your glass isn't running from you. Take your time, sip and enjoy it. You'll be better for it, as will we all. So I'll talk to you later.